A very pleasant afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, throughout the international community, throughout the international landscape. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all in this new year 2023, in the month of February 2023. Well, once again, brothers and sisters, I was listening a video with my British American brother Alex O'Connor, cosmic skeptic. Will he change that silly name that he titled himself, cosmic skeptic? It is very silly indeed, but it seems like he tend to, since he had brand himself with that title, he tend to keep it. But it is total silly in nature, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm not kicksing, I'm very serious. Well, this is not an insult to him, but it is very silly. I hope that he grow up eventually and come to that realization, that reality, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making fun of the guy, my brother Alex O'Connor. Oh, not at all. Contrary. On the contrary, that's what I mean. It is not so. I was listening to a video with him, Alex O'Connor, where he said he attended Oxford University and he's studying for his PhD in theology. And he's doing his, once he obtain his doctorate now in the academic field. Nothing wrong with that. But I wish him the best, that he succeed. And eventually, with all the learning that he's learning, eventually he will come to the realization that God exists, and God is real. And it is God who brings the universe and create mankind and the angels and everything in heaven and earth is created by God as described in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. So with all the learning that he is acquiring, eventually I hope that he will humble himself and come to that realization and accept the Bible to be a word of God, the word of God. And of course renounce atheism and accept the Bible and become an ex-atheist in the shortest possible time. Brothers and sisters, he said that there was no first man. Now in the Bible, in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, the Christian Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, the first book of the Bible is Genesis, Old Testament. It teaches that God created man on the sixth day. He said that's a myth, and that's a fallacy, and that's a false teaching, that's a false doctrine, that is a man have make up or invented that story in the Bible, that the first man was Adam. He say there was no first man. Alex O'Connor, you are wrong, my dear friend. The first man God created is Adam. I want to teach you something, my dear brother. You see, God did not create man in the context like the angels. You see, that's what you don't know. And since you do not know that revelation, and you have no insight of it, I mean insight, no one ever taught you that. And you yourself, you heard any preacher teach that, you reject that as fallacy and total falsehood, and therefore you have cast it away, of course, in the dumpster. But I wanted to let you know that what I'm going to tell you doesn't belong to the dumpster. It belongs to be in your heart, mind, and soul, because it's true. What it is, I'll arrive at it. God did not create man like the angels in vast multitude. You see, Alex O'Connor, when God created the angels, he speak all of them into existence. In other words, God did not create 2 angels today on a Monday and 3 angels on a Tuesday and 10 angels on a Wednesday and 15 angels on a Thursday and 40 angels on a Saturday. and 100 angels on a Sunday. And he continued doing that for 100 years till he only create all the angels. Whether the angels come up to 1 billion or 10 trillion, no. When God decided to create the angels, if it's 100 million angels or 100 trillion angels, he speak all the trillion, 100 trillion angels into existence at the same time. That's how God created the angels. So their creation is different to man. That is news to you, my dear friend. And this is big news to you, not only to you, Alex O'Connor, but to all the atheists in the atheist community all over the world, and the agnostics, and the doubters who don't believe in the scriptures. That is big news to them. I will teach all you how God created man. So you see, God did not start off with one angels. Then he bring them into existence. Because he created all the angels at the same time. And now, not how I described it earlier, 10 angels today, 15 angels tomorrow, 40 angels tomorrow. No, all the angels one time. If it's 100 trillion, bam, 100 trillion angels come into existence. Well, if you all don't believe that, that's exactly how I believe. And I understand how God created all the angels. Okay. But when coming to man, God decided not to create man that way. He created one man. But you know, God is showing mankind how great he is and supreme great he is. God is showing mankind that he could start off with one. But with that one, it will multiply eventually and come into, please help me ladies and gentlemen all over the world, will come into thousands, will come into millions, and please help me. Let us finalize it, please. Billions. Classic example. There's only 2 nations upon the earth that the population is more than 1 billion people. And I know you all know it. But for the new boys and girls, the kids on the blocks who is in kindergarten school, they will know that China and India. But for the adults, we already know that. But it had some adults who are even ignorant of that. Don't even know that China have more than 1 billion and India have more than 1 billion. China have more than 1 billion people and India have more than 1 billion. There's no other nations on the earth besides India and China that have 1 billion. And according to United Nations, statistic in United Nations, the record about the human population, because you know they keep track about the human population of the world. Because you know when the different dignitaries and prime ministers and presidents and kings and leaders of the world go to address the United Nations General Assembly, here they're talking about the world population. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today the world population is 8 billion people and so on and so on. And they have the record because they're getting that record in the United Nations. Who does this do the research and always how much population people in the world, and they always have the record how much population it have, how much people in the world. It's true they might miss out a little 2 numbers here or a little 3 numbers there, but eventually they have the number right. 8 billion and more currently people in the world. So you see, God started off with one man, Adam. But look on the earth today in 2023, in the year 2023, the current population of people who is alive on the earth today is more than 8 billion people. We are talking about all the billions that live and die, you know. We're just talking about those who is currently alive today. 8 billion people. That is quite a lot to me. And what about all the billions that live and die? You see? So from one man, look how much human beings come on the earth. So God is teaching man something. And I want to let you know what the Holy One of Israel, have taught man there. What he have taught mankind. God is saying unto mankind, from that example, God is saying unto mankind, the Holy One of Israel, God the Father and Jesus Christ, the mighty God of Jacob, the God of the Scriptures, from Genesis to Revelation, he is saying unto mankind in a sense, if you all doesn't know it, he is saying, I don't have to create the angels. I didn't have to create mankind like how I start off with the angels. You see, look how God is saying, look how I start off with the angels. I did not create Lucifer by himself alone and then bring in Michael and Gabriel after. Of course not. I did not create Michael himself alone and then I bring in Gabriel and Lucifer. No, I create all the angels together. If it's 100 trillion, bam, all the 100 trillion angels come into existence instantaneously, simultaneously. I bring all of them into existence. I did not choose. I did hear what God, the Holy One of Israel, is teaching mankind. It's right in the scriptures. I did not choose to create man that way like the angels. I decided to start off with one man, Adam, and then provide a wife for him, which is Eve. And by them, and I have married them in the Garden of Eden as husband and wife. And they began to have sex and populated. And from their procreation, that started with Adam and Eve, the human procreation, from Adam and Eve, now they see they had two children, Cain and Abel. Unfortunately, Cain killed Abel, but in the process they had sons and daughters. And you see from that process, human procreation, look how much billions of people come in the world. That's from one man, Eve, and children coming down the road. It's right in the scriptures. Is Eric Gregson making up that? No, that is for every boy and girl to read in the Bible to understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, you understand it now, Sandra? Yes. No, I'm not exalting myself as Sandra. The fact is there for everybody to see. You see? So, you see how much people come in the world today? So when Alex O'Connor say that there is no first man, he have it wrong. And when he say, so Alex O'Connor saying, so then he's saying there was multitude of human beings at the same time. That is not true. I don't know who teach he that. He just reject the Bible, all right, and he do accept the historical record of the Bible. And any other record that teach Adam wasn't the first man. But God created multitude of men together and multitude of women together. That teaching is total false and bogus and cannot stand up no way. The Bible one, the Bible truth is standing up. Because this is facts and it's truth. And you see much billions of people come in the world because of procreation that God, because of procreation and multiplication of human beings through the process of sex. You see? Look how much billions of people in the world, and look how much billions have died and gone, are dead, and how much currently 8 billion people on the earth. That is a lot of people for me. So Alex O'Connor, you're total wrong. For you, you need to accept what the scripture said. But since you want to maintain that hardcore atheist and stubbornness and rebelliousness against the word of God and hold on to atheism, for that atheism that you're holding on cannot save you, neither can it redeem you, my dear friend. Because atheism is negativity, a full 100% negativity, and there's nothing positive in it. And by the way, Alex O'Connor and all those atheists in the atheist community, my brothers and sisters all over the world, not only my atheist brothers and sisters that is in Houston, is it Houston, Texas, or in Miami, Florida? I talk about Matt Dan, Adalti, Aaron Ra, and Satan Jews and the host of the others. Atheism cannot benefit no one. That's the hardcore facts of the matter. So yes, let me come back to you, my dear brother, Alex O'Connor. Yes, God, yes, there's a first man, and God started off with one man, which is Adam, and then Eve, the woman. So they are our first two parents, human parents. That's the record of the scriptures. You tend to reject it and say it doesn't make sense. Well, what you say in Alex O'Connor doesn't make sense. What the scripture said is sense itself. That's the difference. That's the difference, my dear friend. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference, my dear friend. So God did not create man like how we create the angels in a vast multitude. Start off with one man. And God chose to do that. God chose to do that because He is God. By the way, Alex O'Connor, God could have choose to create man a different way, you know. Yes, let me teach you all something. If God the Father and Jesus Christ, because Christ is one with the Father, as He says in the book of St. John, Gospel of St. John. If God the Father and Jesus Christ did not decided to create one man like how we create Adam, God the Father and Jesus Christ could have do it a different way. Let me teach all you something. God could have created 10 men together and 10 women together. If God decided to do that way, do it that way. Nothing wrong with that. God are doing nothing wrong. We all have to accept that. Nothing wrong with that. God, if God decided to create 20 men, 20 men at the same time and 20 women at the same time, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to accept that and abide with that. And I fully will accept that and abide with that. Why going against that? Because if I go against that, I'll be going against myself. Because I is mankind. And if He create mankind that way, who expect me to go against mankind when I is part of that? You see? So I have to accept that and abide with that. And that is exactly what Eric Brooks done. All your Christian brother have done. The Holy One of Israel, God the Father and Jesus Christ, they have decided to create one man Adam. And I have to accept that and abide with that. Because I come from Adam and Eve. I cannot fight against that. Neither can I overthrow that. Because I am part and parcel, please help me, of that which is mankind. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all see the picture clear. Are you all getting something out of that? Are you all understanding what I'm teaching you all? Are you all comprehending what I'm saying? Are you all seeing the light a little more brighter now? Not a end of no so-called tunnel, no, but around you all, in all your heart, mind, and soul. Are you all being illuminated to that reality, to that facts that I'm teaching all you? Yeah. That I'm teaching you all, I'm bringing you all to that level of understanding. Biblical understanding, physical and spiritual understanding. From no other book but the holy words of God, from Genesis to Revelation, because that's the book, that's the foundation Eric Braxton stands on. So I have to make myself clear on these matters and how I stand on these matters, ladies and gentlemen. And if you all have been paying close attention and showing a little interest in my videos, you all should be able to be catching these pointers little bit, and listening to me under the song of my voice and understanding what I'm teaching you all from time to time. What I'm teaching you all from time to time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So if God could have decided to create 20 men, 20 women, nothing wrong with that. It's still mankind He created. But He did not decide to do that. He decided to create. Please, let us go according to the historical record, the foundation that is laid in the Bible for all men to recognize and to accept. One man, which is Adam, and look how much, and one woman after, which is Eve, husband and wife after, procreation start amongst them, human family, and look how much people in the world today. Billions and billions of people who have lived and died, and millions of people born in every day. It's true, millions of people dying every day, but millions are born in every day and coming into the world. And a lot of you all seems to have a problem with that. Yeah, me have no problem with that. see? I have no problem with that. Mm. But you see, and let all you believe that this great God can do that. Where God is showing you, but also God is teaching us, in spite of how great He is, He could start off with one number and bring it to billions of numbers. And that's exactly what He do. Start off with one man, and how much billions of people come in the world. And He'd show you though He don't have to start off with a vast multitude at the same time. Yeah. And that is exactly what He has done in the context of mankind. Well, in the context of animals that were created before mankind. He did not create the animals that way. You know, actually the Bible didn't go into the details, you know. If God create one tiger, one male tiger, one female tiger, and both of them start to multiply and bring forth all the tigers, I think it's not so. I think He created them in multitude. But I can't go into the details and tell you how much tigers He create, how much male tigers He create the first time, and how much female tigers He created. I can't go into that because that is not real. I cannot even tell all you concerning when God created the elephant. If He start off with one elephant, a male and a female elephant, and began to multiply, and all the rest of elephants come, I can't even go into tell you that neither, because the scriptures didn't reveal that to us. But to me, I believe He created them not one elephant, a male and a female. I believe He created them in multitude of elephants, male elephant, multitude of female elephants, and make them to breed and all these things. It's the same creation of elephant. What is the difference? He is His works. He doing it. He created it. But when coming to man, He start off with one. And what about the fishes in the sea? Remember, it are different species. To say that each species are animals in the sea. All right, let us say about the dolphins. How much species are dolphins in the sea? I can't remember if all is one species of dolphin or two. All right, but let me just use these examples so you all will grasp the principle. Um, let us say there are different in all the different species of dolphin. I can't really say in all the species of dolphin in the sea if God create in each species He create a male and a female, and then the male and the female dolphin had sex with one another in that Pacific species, and then multiply and bring out millions. Or in that each and that apply to the rest of each individual species of dolphin. Or each species of dolphin, He didn't create them one male or one female, but He create many males and many female Pacific, in that Pacific species of dolphin, and that apply to all the rest. Another way, whether He create one dolphin in each species and one male in each species, and they had sex and multiply and all the rest come, it doesn't matter. It's still His creation. Or whether in each species and that apply to all the rest of animals, whether He create all of them, like for instance all the giraffes, like 20 giraffes together, male giraffe and 20 female giraffe, and they had sex and multiply, is His works. He did that, nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem whether God do it both ways. I don't have a problem with it. The point is He create all the animals, and all the animals belong to Him, and He create them to multiply and bring forth animals. So anyway, I don't have a problem with that neither. It's still His creation. But I just use that as an example. The scriptures didn't go in, did not give us a clear picture how we create that. He just said He form animals out of the dust and bring it. But He didn't tell us if it's any case. Let us leave it so. There are many things that is not clear there. Right? But it is clear that He bring forth the animals, right, in the book of Genesis. But when coming to Adam, that is clear for all to see. One man first was as Adam there. He didn't have no wife. That is very clear for all to see. clear for all of us to see. Right? And then a little while after, Adam was lonely, so we knew he didn't have no woman. That is clear for all to see. But even the little child coming up, clear for all to see. All mankind could see that. Yeah, those who wear glasses, those who wear eyeglasses, clear to see that across the border. That is so clear. Clear as the day. Crystal clear for everybody to see. Adam alone, no wife. He alone. Then a little while after, woman come after. That is clear for all to see. That's how he decided to create man. And he created to create that man. One man first, Adam by himself. No woman. Be positive about that. We understand that totally fine and well. Yes, man. Every human being understand that clear and well. Nothing there to puzzle up with mind. Clear as crystal. Then after a little while, create a woman for him, which is Eve, husband and wife. We understand that full 100%. Nothing to puzzle our mind. You see, that's how we start off with mankind, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I don't have a problem with that at the end of the day, neither at the end of the night, because I can't change that. That already happened. I have to accept that, and I accept that a full 100%. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, Alexa Corner, I hope you will see it how I see it and how I understand it according to the scriptures. Ooh, I pray that you will arrive to that understanding, my dear friend. Alexa Corner, God did create one man, Adam, and then the woman Eve. Our two common pair, our parents, human parents, and all the races come from Adam and Eve. You'll hear a lot of preachers saying that Eve have all the genes in her body. Yes, and she had all the genes of the body with all the different tribes of people. The Chinese come out of Adam and Eve, yes. The Japanese, the Russians, the American Indians, the Aborigines people. She had all the genes in her body. All the different tribes come out of Adam and Eve, and all the human family come out of Adam and Eve, because they were the two human beings that God created first, Adam and Eve, starting with the human family. So Eve was the mother, and Adam was the human father in that way. Yeah, had all the genes. Because that is true, Alec O'Connor. You don't believe that? Let me remind you, we have come from no ape or no monkey. So Charles Darwin doctrine, throw that away from me, please. That is not true. And tell you what the scriptures say, right? Alex O'Connor. You see, Alex O'Connor, I know that you are a very bright boy. You're going to Oxford. I know that you're a bright boy. This now you'll be called doctor. And who knows? This now you'll be called doctor. This now you'll have your PhD. Doctor so and so and doctor so and so. I know that you are a bright boy academically. Yes. And I know that you do a lot of reading, a lot, my dear friend. So you are a brilliant academic in the academic world. You are a very brilliant academic. Yeah, in the context of learning. Yeah, brilliant fella. And you are very young. I still see you are very young. You are a young lad, man. You're not even 40 years yet. And you're attending a lot of lectures, preaching the gospel of atheism, which is a gospel that cannot save no one. Because there's nothing positive about that gospel of atheism. It is a doctrine of destruction and mayhem, and not a doctrine of enlightenment. Because that doctrine is denying the existence of God. So there's no light in that teaching. Total darkness, unfortunately. And that doctrine of atheism cannot illuminate no one. But you are preaching the gospel of atheism and making a lot of apostles and converting a lot of people in the process. So you're a very bright boy in the academic world, Alex O'Connor. But I just want to warn you, my dear friend, with all that the learning and worldly knowledge that you acquire in, that you acquire in, that you acquire in, since you have rejected the words of God, the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, all that worldly knowledge and that you acquire in will not able to save you, my dear friend. Will not able to save you, my dear friend, because you are rejecting the revealed words of God to mankind, which is the Holy Scriptures. But you are not seeing the Bible as the holy revealed words to mankind. You are seeing it as a book of myths, right? And mythology, as all it is. Quick to see. But yes. As all it is quick to see. As all it is quick to see. So Alex O'Connor, that's a reality voted by. That's a reality. That's how God could create mankind. And God hasn't done anything wrong. Yes, what I was going to tell you, Alex O'Connor, it slipped my mind a little bit. But thank God I remember it. I remember it. So let me continue. Um, Eve had all the genes in her body, all the race. It actually is one human race. But we they say different tribes and all these things. But actually it's one human race. Alex O'Connor, all the human beings upon the earth, can you see we all look the same way? All of us is the same thing, boy. It's one human family. White people, black people, the American Indians, and the American Indians in Latin America, South America, North America, the Tomahawks and the Cherokee Indians in Canada, and the different Indians on in America reservation. We all human beings, but at the end of the day, we all have to drink water. We all have to go to the toilet. We all have to bathe. We all have to put toothpaste with my mouth and scrub my mouth and all this kind of thing. And we all have to bathe and all these things. All human beings doing that. Even the naked tribes and things in Brazil in the interior forest. All of them doing the same thing like us. So you see, it's one human family. Alex O'Connor, all the Aborigines and them that is in Australia, the First Nation people, the Aboriginal people, indigenous people before the white people of Britain went there as prisoners. Look, the white people there, the Aborigines people are the uneducated peoples. A lot of them running around naked and all these things. A lot of them have entered into society and work, and a lot of them have become police officers, sportsmen, have become professors. They work themselves up like the white man, and they no more on the reservation. They might visit and all these things, but they have the big house and cars and all these things. But most of them stick to the tradition on the reservation, half naked and all these things. They try to improve the way of living by giving them health centers, by building schools for them to teach the children and all these things. Of course, the government of Australia, but a lot of them are studying to go and learn and all these things are better themselves. They follow in the ways of the forefathers, want to be in the wilds, in the bush and all. They call them the bushmen. You understand? And they want to live that kind of life, of Australia. Okay, I'm using them as an example. You think the white people and those Aborigines people, when you see the white people and the Aborigine people, on the Aborigines is a dark kind of people and they look like the Indian people in Nepal, the Hindu kingdom of Nepal, or they look like the people that is in Bangladesh and in India. And please help me, the island of what is that island? Sri Lanka. And they like the Indian people. But whether there's Indian or not, they are human beings at the end of the day. Alex O'Connor, take a close look take a close look. Take a close look at that example that I'm drawing with the native people, First Nation people in Australia, the Aborigines. When you see the white man in Australia, which is the British people, because the Queen is head of state, there's British. You understand? The mother country is England. And the same people with Australia, the mother country is England. Because the Queen is head of state of Australia and New Zealand. It's British people who leave England and went across the. So it's all British. No difference. Having said so, and I know that you are well learned fellas, so I know that you learned that in the academic. Of course, ignorant of what the Bible teach, but of course, with worldly knowledge, you are very bright. You're up there, at the top of the ladder. Yes, 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 yes. Having said so, Alex O'Connor, my dear friend, um, the Aborigines people, Alex, the Aborigines people, when they want feces, where they go, they go to the toilet and all these things, or they dig a hole and defecate. Oh, that's the word defecate? Yes, defecate. Or is it, or is the number two that has come out of us? We call it feces, filth, but they defecate. You know that they use that defecate, that dictionary term of words. We go to the toilet. Hey, Alex O'Connor is a white man. Only white people in England, in Australia, from the Prime Minister and the Governor General, when they want to defecate, they are doing the same thing as the Aborigines, defecating the same way too. Because at the end of the day, the Aborigines and the white people in England, in Australia, is human beings. The white people in Australia are two hands. The Aborigines are two hands. The Aborigines are 2 feet. The white people are 2 feet. In other words, I'm using the example, we are all human beings, the human family. Alex O'Connor, you know any human being upon the earth, or a tribe of human being, where you could go down in Brazil and there's a special tribe of human beings that come from Adam and Eve that is not like us, but that tribe in Brazil, the men have 10 hands, no, 4 hands and 4 feet, and the women have 5 hands and 4 foot. No, everywhere you go, human beings are 2 hands and 2 feet, teaching us that we are all one human family and God created us one way. Whether we be white, pink, black, or green, one human family, and we are doing the same thing. When Alex O'Connor? So no race can claim that is superior to others, only fooling themselves at the end of the day if they claim that. So Alex O'Connor, yes, God created one man, Adam and Eve. Adam and then Eve is one human family. As I tell you, don't bring this Nancy story, fallacy, false teaching of Darwin, Homo sapien and Homo sapien, that we come from apes. That is falsehood and that is not true. So Alex O'Connor, yes, God created one man God created one man, Adam, then Eve. So the Bible is true, my dear friend. I hope that you'll recognize that fact in due course of time, But to recognize that fact, you have to accept the words of God to be true, and the Bible is true from Genesis to Revelation. That's the hardcore facts, Alex O'Connor. That's the hardcore facts. And I know that since you have attended Oxford and you are high up now in the academic world, and you are getting your PhD soon, a lot of you all, when all you get obtain that PhD, because all you study hard for it, I know that. When all you get that PhD and all you get the title of doctor, so and so, a lot of all you, they exalt all yourself for that, A lot of, not that saying you will do that, but a lot of them, they exalt themselves. Now they are pumped up. Now they are exalted as a PhD. They're looking down to the other fellow men who is not even a college boy. And, and looking down to them and saying, I's up there, he's down there, I's higher than he, I's superior to he in academic learning. He's that fellow or that woman, they can never come up to my level. So they're using that PhD, they exalt themselves over their brothers and sisters. I hope you doesn't do that. But it have a lot of them doing that, and it are putting them nowhere at the end of the day. They think they're going somewhere with that, only fooling themselves in the process. But they are blind to it. It's I have to point out that fact to them and others who are doing the same thing like me to them. Pointing out that fact to them. I hope they will learn when they see these videos and humble themselves as a little child with all that learning they have. I use that example to drive home the principle, Alex O'Connor, now. Don't miss the point. To drive home the principle now concerning you as an individual now. Since you have attained Oxford University now and you get your PhD eventually, let me warn you, with all that knowledge you have, to accept the reality that God is true and He is true, and to accept that He did create a first man, Adam and Eve, and to accept the historical record of the scriptures, and to accept the existence of God with all the intelligent design, and that He created all the angels before mankind, and then create a human family after. But of course, He bring all the animals first. But to accept the historical record of Genesis, to do that, my friend, with all that PhD you have now and all that learning, you have to humble yourself and come as a little child to accept the Bible. Then you will understand that God is real, and you will appreciate the scriptures, that what the scriptures are saying is true. That what you have to do, my dear friend, since you have that PhD now, and you're high up in the academic world, and you will graduate from Oxford University very soon. Yeah. That's what you have to do. You have to humble yourself as a little child to accept God's words from Genesis to Revelation with all that learning you have and with all that PhD you have. But if you decided to walk in the footstep of those who have the PhD and exalting themselves with it and putting themselves on a high pinnacle of learning and saying, you see that Bible there, that Bible are making no sense, and rejecting the Bible, I want to teach you that with all the PhD you have, you'll be going against the words of God. If you decide to follow in the footstep or join colleagues and knock glass with your other academics, who will tell you the Bible is a book of falsehood, and the Bible is a book of myths, and the Bible is a book of lies. Well, if you want to be in their club and socialize with them and knock glass with them on a Friday and lie with them and have beers with them in the clubs, all your social club are academics with all their PhD and oppose the scriptures, God will be watching all audio, and He'll be listening and monitoring all audio, and He know exactly what audio, the opposition, audio going against His words, the Holy Scriptures, with all the academic audios. Yeah. And if He doesn't want to listen to me, a non-academic, and say, so who is Eric Braxton? Eric Braxton has no PhD. Eric Braxton is not even a college boy. And he wants to talk to me in that way. This is not why I graduated from Oxford. I will have my PhD. Who is this Eric Braxton? I had to listen. I have to listen what he's telling me. I don't have to listen to Eric Braxton. I don't have to listen to Eric Braxton. I have my other friends who are academics like myself. They went to Oxford before me and they graduate. Yeah, I will join them. Yeah, and socialize with them and knock class with them on a Friday. We'll go online, we'll drink beers, we go to the parties. Yeah. But I want to tell you with all your academic friends, they will not be telling you what I telling you in this video. So consider all this. What is Eric Braxton from Trinidad, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is telling you in this video, my dear friend. Telling you. Yeah. And only want to maintain that arrogancy and that rebelliousness and opposition against the word of God. When all you go against the word, all you going against God. When all you go against the words of God, all you is going against God And when all criticize the words of God, all is criticizing God. Because you know why? God is one with his words. God is one with his words. God is one with his word. And when only oppose the word of God, only opposing God himself. Because that word comes from God. God and his word is one. But you know I was teaching earlier? I said God and his word is one. When only oppose the Bible, only opposing God. When only criticize the Bible, only criticizing when only criticize the word of God, only is criticizing God himself. Because God and his word is one. Only they know that. Uh-huh. Well, I'm teaching all of that. God and his word is one. When only oppose the word of God, only opposing God. Because God and his word is one. Let's learn that. And listen what I'm teaching all you. I'm telling all you. Well, Alex O'Connor, the, Alex O'Connor will have to hold up at this juncture, my dear friend. I will have to hold up at this juncture. Eric Braxton, at the end of the day, I'm not jealous you that you attend university. I will, of course, I will never attend um, Oxford University. Only if I come to England, I will visit Oxford University. I will visit Oxford University if I do come to England, and I will meet with the professors and them and have little chats and I'll have my little chats with them. Yes, yes, and of course see the students and talk with them if I do come to England. But to say to enroll in that college, prestige college, and study, I have passed that stage, my dear friend. But I glad you attend Oxford. I glad you will be getting your certificate and your diploma, your PhD, and this now you'll be a doctor and all these things. Yes, 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 yes. I jealous you in that. I jealous you in that. Why shall I jealous you in that way? That's because I didn't attend. I jealous that you attend it, and I know atheist and you are atheist and you attend that. At the end of the day, I don't want no PhD. I am bound for no PhD. I could do without that, my dear friend. That's what I'm telling you. So I use that example. But I see that you use it, and I know to attain that and to obtain that PhD is a lot of hard studies and hard work. Yeah, to attain a PhD and to obtain a doctor is a lot of studies. A lot of studies. Yeah. So I know the hard work. Yeah. But I hear people talk about it. I know people hear people talk about it, and they are lying. A lot of studies. Yeah, you don't get that overnight. Yeah, a lot of tests and writing and exams and all kind of things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a lot of years to study to get that. I know, I know. I have a little inside knowledge about it now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So that's the end of the day. That's it, Alex O'Connor. But this will not be the last in this video where I'll be discussing with you. Um, I have more things to this. Well, more I have more things to discuss with you by looking at your videos and commenting your videos from time to time. So Alex O'Connor, I hope things work out fine with you in the context that you will obtain your PhD very soon and all these things. Okay. I will wait to look for the next video when I see that you said that you have fully graduated and now you have your PhD. When I see that video, then I will record our next video and comment on that. So let us hold it up for that time. Okay, but for now, but for now, but for now, and I just want to remind the audience out there that anybody, when I post this video on my social media YouTube account platform, if anyone see this, know Alex O'Connor personally, his friends, his colleagues, his acquaintance, his mother, his father, his brother or his sister, or his schoolmate, or any of his working colleagues, comrades of his, anyone see this video before Alex O'Connor, my dear brother, let him know. Don't be selfish and do not hide this information from him. Let him know immediately, as in the quickest and shortest possible time. Let him know that let Alex O'Connor know that Eric Braxton have recorded a video about a very important message that I have towards him, that I've recorded this video. Get in contact with him in the shortest possible time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and let Alex O'Connor know that I've recorded a video, so that he will go to my YouTube account and watch the video and hear what I have to, and hear this very important message that I've recorded this video towards him in response to one of his videos where he said there was no first man. Let him hear this video. So any of you all out there see this video before Alex O'Connor, let him contact him, call him up on the phone. If all you see him in the street and all you have seen the video, let him know that Eric Braxton have recorded this video. So he will go and see the video and hear the message that I have recorded concerning him. And please, Alex O'Connor, if you do watch this video, please bear with me in the video. Keep in mind, Alex O'Connor, that I'm not a bright academic as well. So in this video, I'll not be using the big words that you have learned from the dictionary and you have memorized and all these things, right? You see, I'm not using these words. I'm speaking in a simplest form. So because of that, Alex O'Connor, please bear with me. Show patience with me. Be patient with Eric Braxton. Be patient with Eric Braxton. And Alex O'Connor, if you do see in this video, you will see that I'm not that eloquent in speech, and I'm not this great orator and sharp with my mouth and all these things. You understand? You understand? So because of all these factors, let's bear with Eric Braxton. Bear with this little Christian boy and watch the video from the beginning to the end. Right? 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 And if the video is wearying you and making you tired some, please run to the fridge, take a nice Cokes, make a nice little sandwich, bread and cheese, come back on your seat, you understand? And eat your cheese or your biscuit, your snacks, right? Pinch by pinch, and bear with this video, right? And try to maintain your composure if you're trying to run and doesn't want to hear what I say. You understand? You understand? And humble yourself and take a nice little drink, whether your Cokes or your soft drinks or your nice juice or apple juice or grape juice, and your biscuit or your nuts or whatsoever you're eating, and maintain your composure and try your best, my dear friend, my academic friend. Try your best to watch the video from the beginning to the end and hear everything that I'm saying to you in this video. You think I could do that? You think I could do that, Alex O'Connor? That's what I wanted to do. And why is you doing that? Don't make that PhD that you have now get in your way, Don't make that PhD get in your way, by saying, I's a PhD. And my PhD now, I graduate from Oxford University. Why must I sit down here and listen to Eric Braxton video? Why this message that Eric Braxton said that he had to, why must listen to he? I's an academic now. I's an academic now. I's an academic. And my PhD, Eric Braxton, no PhD. Why he want me to sit down here a whole hour and listen what he's saying? I don't have to do that. Don't make your PhD get in the way between me and you, to prevent you from listening to this important message that I have for you. I just want in your concern and that, my dear friend. Okay, well, Alex O'Connor, I decided to make this video in half an hour. But look, this video is 54 minutes, close to an hour. So since we close to a full hour, let us go to the finishing line and make it a full hour and call it George, as we say, local parlance, call it George. Yeah, call it George. So let us go to a full hour eventually. You'll make it a full hour. So Alex O'Connor, I believe in the Bible to be the words. The Bible is the words of God. And God started off with the first man, Adam, then Eve. You see, start off with one. And how much billions and hey, Alex O'Connor, I just know how much people, all the people in the world that ever born or live, you know. But I could give a loose figure, and not even accurate on that figure. It will not be an accurate figure, but will be a loose figure. But it still will be a great figure. Not an accurate figure. It will be a loose figure, but please, a big, big figure. And let me show how big that figure will be, Alexa Corner. From the one man God created Adam, and one woman after Eve, till procreation start, to all the human beings that born. I'm not dealing with them who's currently alive upon the earth in 2023. I'm talking about all the billions of people who live, all the people who live and die in the past centuries. Alex O'Connor, as I said, I do not have I can't put on my hand on it. And I doesn't know all the figures. But to me, it seems like they're adding up to trillions. You don't think so? Billions or trillions? I think they passed a trillion people already. I could say 1 trillion people, 2 trillion people, but I can't tell if it's 100 trillion. But I think they're gone over the trillions. So from the time God created Adam and Eve to coming up to we time, all them people who live and die, I say it's trillions of them. What do you think? Is billions or trillions? I think I hold on to trillions. Well, you could hold on to billions. You still will know how much billions, but I will be holding on to the trillions. So you see, from one man, you see how much trillions of people come in the world? So you see what God is teaching us. That God could start with 1 and bring it to trillions. And then God could start with 8 and bring it to trillion. And then God could start with a number 20 and bring it to trillions the same way. That's what God has teach man in the scriptures. It's now for the rest of mankind to learn that lesson well in the book of Genesis. God started with 1 man and his trillions come in the world. And billions and trillions. I'm going over the billions, trillions. God could have started off with 20 man and 20 women at the same time when he made man. It has still come up to billions and trillions. That's the lesson God has teach mankind. He's teaching mankind. And you know, now people are seeing it. And I'm showing you all it. It's right in the scriptures. The holy words of God. Historical record from Genesis to Revelation. In other words, what the Holy One of Israel and Jesus Christ and God the Father is teaching mankind from that lesson. God is saying God is saying in essence, if I did create 20 men and 20 women, it has still come up to trillions of people. If I did create 2 men and 2 women at the same time, they still had to go to the human procreation, and it has still come to billions and trillions of people. God is saying, I create 1 man and I create 1 woman, it still had to come up to the billions and trillions of people. Now, since you all have learned that lesson well now, as I've taught it to you, hold on to it, embrace it, lock, stock, and drum, lock, stock, and barrel. Now internalize it in all your heart, mind, and soul, and let it remain there forevermore, because that's the fact of the matter. Go and read it for yourself in the book of Genesis. Go and read it in the book of Genesis, mankind. I'm not only talking to you, Alex O'Connor, personally, but the whole of mankind now, the children of men, the human family. Go and read it in the scriptures, ladies and gentlemen, from the historical book, the Bible, the greatest book upon the earth, the Holy Bible, the world bestseller, the holy words of God. Genesis to Revelation. That's the facts of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. That's the facts of the matter. Is I done that? Is I done that? Is God done that? Is God have done that? And he had bring it, and he have bring it so. He have bring it to that figure. So whether he start off with 25 men and 25 women in Genesis, it has still multiplied and come up to the figure how it is. Whether he create 5 men or 5 women at that time, It's still human multiplication that they go through procreation. It has still come up to the figure how it is. But he decided to create not 2 men or 2 women, neither 10 men, neither 10 women. He decided to create 1 man Adam, then bring a woman. It come up to the same figure. All you now learn the lesson. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Keep on listening to the video. All will learn it more and understand it more. And then go back to the Bible, the book of Revelation, and the book of Genesis, and read it for yourself. And all you see is not a make-up story, a bogus story I'm teaching all you, but from the historical Bible itself, the holy words of God. Well, Alex O'Connor boy, we have crossed that finish line. And we reach a full 100, a full 60 minutes, a full 1 hour. Now it's wrapping up time. We have to bring the curtain down of the video. But as I said, and I'll keep the promise, I will have a further discussion with me and you in the next video, my dear friend. Of course, as soon as possible, because I have more things to discuss and to comment and do some commentary on your videos. Well, we have reached a full 100 mark, Alex O'Connor. A full hour, 30 minutes. I want to remind you once again, refresh your memory, that God have started off with a 1 man. And yes, there was a first man that God created. His name was Adam. And there was a first woman that God created. Her name is Eve. Our 2 common human parents, Adam and Eve. And keep in mind, Alex O'Connor, she had all the genes in her body. As they said, the preachers saying all the genes. The Chinese come out of the Japanese, come out of the Syrians, come out of the Indians. You see, all the different people on the earth, we are all human beings. There's one human family, Alex O'Connor. Yeah. Yes, God designed it that way. Yes, and nothing we can do about it concerning that. And we cannot change that. No human being can change that. Yes. People doesn't want to accept that. And they want to reject that. Yeah. But that's how it is. And they cannot change that. They can deny it, but they can't change that. How to leave that there, how it is. Yeah. I know that name, but in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, amen and amen. Shalom, peace. See you in the next video. Me and you will continue chatting. I'll have to comment on the next video with you, my dear friend. Yeah. Next video. And therefore, I'll have to go to a YouTube account to see when you are graduating. When you are graduate from Oxford University and how you have your PhD. I want to look out for that video, so I'll comment on that video. Right. I'll try to do that in the shortest possible time, my dear British friend. Bye-bye, my friend. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye-bye, my friend.